I think the Tales of games are one of my favorite gaming franchise in pretty much the entire JRPG genre. I mean, yeah, I'm also a huge fan of The Legend of Dragoon, which really, they need to remake at this point. I'm a fan of games like the Breath of Fire games, the Final Fantasy games. I mean, who really isn't a fan of at least one of the Final Fantasy games, right? But a franchise that I grew up with was the Tales of games. Some of my favorite JRPGs of all time consist of Tales of Symphonia, The Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy VIII, Tales of Phantasia, Tales of Vesperia, the Suikoden 1 and 2 games, Breath of Fire 4. I have played literally every Suikoden, every Final Fantasy, every Breath of Fire, every Tales of game there is, and I'll admit I have enjoyed the majority of them. Not all of them. There are a few out there like Suikoden 4 or Tales of Legendia, which are just really bad or very niche titles in the franchise, but I have spent probably upwards of 1,000 hours in Tales of Symphonia alone, and probably several thousand hours in the entire Tales franchise. And before we go any further, actually, I want you guys to go down into the comment section below right now and let me know, have you played any of the Tales of games? And if you have, which one is your favorite and why? I'm genuinely curious. Now, I think it was about a year ago, Bandai Namco announced that they were working on Tales of Arise. Maybe it was actually in 2019 that they revealed the trailer for this. There have been a couple trailers released over the 2019-2020 period, and Tales of Arise was expected to have a big info drop in 2020. People expected the game would be playable hopefully within 2020. That ended up getting delayed. Now we have an expected release date of 2021. But before we go any further, let's go ahead here and look at their brand new trailer. This trailer was released at the Tales of Festival. Now, man, I have been anticipating this game for years. I've been waiting for a new Tales game, and admittedly, I'm hoping I can use this trailer in my video because I've actually attempted to use these trailers before and I've always gotten restricted videos due to copyright claims. God, look at the characters though. Like the last Tales of games released were Vesperia and Vesperia, right? Those characters look good, but they look nothing compared to the characters in this game. Holy, I can foresee the outfits now. They are going to blow your mind. Further news in spring 2021. Also coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, PC Digital, and unfortunately, that is all of the information that was released via the trailer at least. The voice acting, mind you, does sound really good. I've always been a fan of the Tales games voice acting. I know not everyone always has been. I know that there are some characters within the Tales of games that generally sound kind of iffy, but it feels as though I am anticipating more JRPGs this year than any other type of video game. And you know what? I might end up doing a top list featuring JRPGs that I am genuinely anticipating this year sometime over the next month or two, because there are just so many. Now, the video description itself states spring is just around the corner and we've been working hard to make it unforgettable. Catch the first new glimpse from Tales of Arise. And unfortunately, that was it. There really hasn't been anything else released pertaining to the game. That is really depressing, but I do want to note a couple months ago, back in the middle, maybe the end of December 2020, they did go on to reveal that they were in the final stages of development. This was during the Tales of series 25th anniversary special live stream. They went on to state, this is according to Gamatsu by the way, that more news is coming in the near future. This is probably pertaining to part of what we just got to experience now. Development is currently in the final stages. The staff is working hard to improve the quality. Recovery from the chaos caused by the pandemic is also underway. Although they are aiming for a level of quality that can be accepted worldwide, the game will not neglect its Japanese fans. You're aiming to create a JRPG for both Japan and the world could be proud of. Tales of Arise is in development for the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Now, it's worth noting here that they went on to state that they are not going to be neglecting their Japanese fans. So that means that the direction for Tales of Arise might be more catered to us as Western players as opposed to the traditional Japanese catering, which I guess kind of excites me a little bit, but at the same time, the fact that the majority of the Tales of games have always been exceptionally well received, even though they have catered to the Japanese audience, means that they were doing the right thing before, and they didn't necessarily need to change the direction that they were taking the game or the franchise. But I am, I guess, also genuinely curious to see how this game ends up being, since once again it will be directed more towards us as Western players, and therefore might have Western features that Western players have grown accustomed to that maybe Japanese players aren't necessarily all that fond of. Now, once again, I am incredibly excited for Tales of Arise. This and Scarlet Nexus are two of my most anticipated anime games this year of 2021, and surprisingly, both are developed by Bandai Namco, who are also, by the way, developing the Blue Protocol MMORPG, which is also one of my most anticipated MMOs of 2021 and 2022, depending on where you live in the world. I feel like, at least to me personally, Bandai Namco is kind of on a roll here. They're absolutely killing it with their games. They're absolutely killing it in the genre, in the anime genre specifically, especially since Code Vein was such a huge success, and no doubt Scarlet Nexus is going to be, no doubt the next title in the Tales of franchise is going to be, and Blue Protocol is likely going to be a fairly big hit as well. So yeah, I am happy seeing the direction the company is moving. I'm happy that this is one of the few companies left that are still producing and developing anime games, and I cannot wait to get my hands on Tales of Arise. Bandai Namco, if any of you, if any staff at Bandai Namco right now are watching this video, please reach out to me. I would love to test Tales of Arise. I would love to do a dedicated video on Tales of Arise before anyone else. I'm like one of your biggest fans. Jokes aside though, I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited too. Let me know down in the comment section below if you're eagerly anticipating Tales of Arise, whether you've played the Tales of franchise in the past, what your favorite Tales of game is, and what you think Tales of Arise is going to be like, and let's talk about it. Anyway guys, that is it from me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Someday soon, I'm gonna make it.